Hello all you coin collectors out there, and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we have the 1966 US nickel or 5 cents coin, and it of course has Jefferson facing to the left. It says "In God We Trust." Liberty on the right side behind Jefferson. There is a star there between Liberty and the date. That's a little star that you can see right there, and then it says the date 1966. There's a lot of confusion about the coins, the 5 cent coins from 1965 to 1967, and that's because the mint marks were suspended. So for those of you who collect US coins and are looking for the D or the P from 1965 to 1967, you're not going to find them. So there's no way of knowing where this particular coin was minted in 1966 because they suspended the use of mint marks from 1965 until 1967. It's not clear to me why they did that, but it's pretty clear that you're not going to find a mint mark. You will, however, find the initials of the engraver, and the engraver here is Felix Schlag, S-C-H-L-A-G. He first engraved this coin in 1937 or 1938, and the first version of this coin came out in 1938. And this front engraving was on this coin from 1938 until the year 2003. So it was just on there forever. And these coins also last forever. So you'll be able to find these coins, even though it's a 50-something-year-old coin, 53-year-old coin, it's still, I just got it in my change like 2 days ago. So it's still out there. Now this coin is 21.2 millimeters in diameter, 5 grams in weight, 1.75 millimeters in thickness, has a smooth edge. Sometimes you can see a little bit of the copper color to it because it is a copper nickel blend. And then if you turn to the back, you see that it says E pluribus unum on the top. And this is not an error in any kind. The nickels wear this way, so it kind of wore right down, so it touches the edge now, but that's not a sign that it's off center or anything. Then we see the building Monticello here, Monticello. Underneath it says Monticello, 5 cents, just written out. And it says United States of America. So nowhere on this coin is there the number 5 unless there is a 5 in the year on this coin. Now in 1966, they didn't make too many of these. They made 156 million, which sounds like a lot of most things, but in terms of US coins, they made a huge number in 1964, and that was approximately almost 3 billion. They made 2.8 billion 1964 5 cent coins. And in 1966, they only made 156 million of the regular coins, and then they made another one, and it's called the SPS or SMS, Specially Processed Strike. So if you're looking for the 1966, look for, it's not called a proof coin, but it's called an SMS or Specially Processed Strike coin. And that coin is worth significantly more than this. This coin right here is worth 5 cents, and it may never be worth much more than 5 cents, just because there's so many of them out there, and it's not a collectible year. There are some error versions of this coin, and you may be able to find them in, well, the main error that you'll see frequently is the error where, and I'm not sure why the light is getting a little odd here, but let's see if we can get it set up right. The main error that you'll see that's worth money is when they actually take the front of this coin and transition the back so the back doesn't come up straight up. So once in a while you take one of these coins and you flip it over, and you'll see that it's like this when you flip it over rather than straight up. And that's because they got the planchets mixed up when they minted them. Other than that, not a really fancy coin. It's the 1966 US 5 cent or nickel coin, and it's not worth much more than a nickel, even though it is 53 years old. Have a great day from the DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we have for you a really worn out 5 cents Liberty nickel, and this is sometimes called the half dime or the Barber half dime. It is worth 5 cents US, and it starts with the head of Liberty on the front, and it has 13 stars going around it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And if we tip it at an angle, you can almost see the rest of the stars. See how they keep going around to the, let me see if I can get that a little bit better. See how they keep going around to the bottom here. You have to get the keep getting the angle right. And then at the very bottom here, of course we have the year 1910. So we know this is a US coin. We know it's from 1910. It is not a very valuable coin, especially in this state. The only reason that you would have this or keep this in your collection would be probably as a filler until you get a new 1910. Its value is probably whatever you're willing to pay for it, but you could get a much better copy of this for probably around $1, maybe a dollar, maybe $1.50 in good condition. And good condition would mean you could see all of the stars, you could see some characteristics of Lady Liberty, who is facing to the left here, and you could certainly see all the stars here. Now you'll see these often. These are called the Barber half dime sometimes, and Charles Edward Barber was the engraver for these. He also did a number of other coins, so always look for those, and you might see some quarters or some dollars that he also helped engrave. If we look at the back, this is what they called the V or victory nickel, and you can't even really see that. You can kind of see the V here, and you can see a little bit of the wreath going around, but what you can't see is around the outside it would say United States of America, and at the bottom it would say cents, and in the middle there would be the big Roman numeral V. So this is a worn out, beat up one that you're going to see around quite a bit. So now you'll know when you see this what it is, and you'll also know that it has very little value. So don't pay much for it unless you just want a 1910 in your collection to keep the slot open for the year 1910. There were 30.166 million of these minted. So a lot of them were minted. However, there's not that many out there in good condition and up, and you can see why, because they just got worn as they went through circulation. The Lady Liberty's head just stuck up a little too far, so it just got all rubbed off. Now, of course, this is 109 years old as the date of this video, so it has reasons for being worn out, but this is not the coin that you're going to get any value from by selling it, and it's not the coin that you probably want to pay much money for. If you pay 50 cents for this, that's fine. You just get to keep it in your collection until you get a newer or brighter or more defined version of it. If you want to get one in good condition, it's going to cost you about $2. If you want to get it in very fine, it's going to cost you about $3, and it's a beautiful coin in a very fine condition, so look for that. Okay, that's all we have today for our beat up Barber half dime from the year 1910. Good luck coin hunting and coin collecting out there, and if you see one of these, keep it, but don't think it's going to gain in any value or it's going to be worth anything more than almost not that much more than face value. It's so beat up. Probably 50 cents if you get lucky.